This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
And I'm Don Brennan, along with John Scalzi. For a minute, I thought you were Joe Madden or Ben Zobrist. All of a sudden, she's a Cubs fan. I'm just kidding.
No, I am born and raised in Chicago. And to have the ties that this Cubs team does back to the Bay Area, kind of a cool story with Joe Madden's success and Ben Zobrist, the MVP, a former Ray. So a lot of fun. I'm a little sleepy, as are most people who stayed up to watch that game. I napped during the rain delay.
I fell asleep before, like when it was 6-3 Cubs, not purposely, but then woke up as Raji Davis was rounding the bases to tie the score and then fell back to sleep. So
yeah, my kids fell asleep when it was 6-3 too, so I've got some explaining to do today because I let everybody go to bed. But it was an exciting night, a late night, but you know, sometimes you just gotta do that for history.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of the greatest games ever, right?
I would tend to agree with that. Very exciting.
Amazing
Good
stuff.
For baseball on the whole. That makes me happy.
And it was amazing because David Ross, I wouldn't say he made an error, but he had some problems behind the plate when he took over behind the plate. He comes back, hits a home run to put him up again, and then Raji Davis had an issue in the field, and then he hits the game time.
Same so everybody for Baez. Baez had two errors and hit a home run.
Aroldis Chapman, same thing, gives up the lead and then comes back and shuts him down. So it's really such a great way to end a great series.
Shows heart.
Yes.
A lot of guys with a lot of heart.
I'm glad the Storms weren't any worse than they were, though.
No, but I'll tell you what. Yes, once the rain rolls in Cleveland, I said to my
big
husband,
one's in Toledo, so it was.
What do they do? What do they do at midnight in Game 7 when it rains? I'm like, I go to bed. Gotta work.
A lot of people sleepy-eyed this morning, no doubt about it. We had some rain around here as well. I think we'll have some more showers a little bit later on this afternoon. Nothing too terribly heavy, but still a patchy area of drizzle or light rain. 10% to 20% chance of that as we progress from the 2 o'clock hour into about the 5 or 6 o'clock hour. And daytime highs again topping out warm in the upper 80s. Complete forecast details in a few.
Thank you, John. Take a look at Suncoast roadways. Not a lot of traffic because I think people are in celebrating the Cubs' victory. But things are moving along. Manatee County looking good. As you see, State Road 64, State Road 70, and University out to 75, all moving along without a problem as you head to 75. Sarasota County, too, is moving along. No issues or delays, no impediments to get where you want to go on this celebratory morning.
Well, topping our news this morning at 6:03, there is a new World Series champion. It's been a long time coming for the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs won Game 7 and close one, beating the Indians 8-7 in extra innings. Cubs fans in both Cleveland and Chicago didn't hold back overnight, flocking into city streets to celebrate the win. You see there, this is a live look from Wrigley Field. The crowds are starting to die down, but police continue to patrol the area to make sure there are no issues during the celebration. It's the first time the Cubs have won the World Series since 1908, and it's expected to be the largest parade ever in sports history.
Yeah, it should be really neat. We'll have more coverage of the game itself and, of course, the reactions on the Cubs win coming up in the next half hour. New this morning, back here on the Suncoast, a disciplinary hearing for mayoral candidate Warren Merriman is being pushed back to January. Merriman was expected to meet with the Criminal Justice Standards and Training Commission tomorrow. According to the Bradenton Herald, Merriman says he now has someone from the Bradenton Police Department willing to testify in his defense. However, the witness does not want to testify under oath with the current administration out of fear for retaliation. We will continue to follow this story as the FDL claims he violated standards, that he was convicted of petty theft and fired, and he could have his law enforcement certification revoked as a result. A Sarasota woman will spend 40 years in prison for stabbing her 6-year-old daughter. After serving 40 years, Parker will then also face lifetime of probation. A judge handed her this sentence in court yesterday. The judge is also ordering Parker to be placed in a facility with mental health access. Once she's released from prison, she's allowed no contact with her daughter or anyone under the age of 18. In June of 2015, Parker stabbed her daughter multiple times and held her underwater. She was found guilty of 4 felony counts of first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. The child recovered and even testified against her mother during that trial.
The family of Mary Knowlton, who was killed during a Citizens Training Academy in Punta Gorda, will receive a $2 million settlement from the city. The city council is moving forward with that settlement. Knowlton's husband had already signed off on it, and the family says they just want to move on from this incident as quickly as possible. Knowlton was killed last August while taking part in a burglary training exercise, and one of the officers conducting the training accidentally shot her with a loaded handgun, killing her. Some say they think the city is getting off easy.
This was a risk management move, strategy, I'm sure, to limit without admitting fault. It was a concern to me just in terms of the cost to the city, what it means going forward.
Now, the family wants to move forward from this, so they don't think the city's getting off easy. And the shooting, though, is still under investigation. The officer on paid leave. Manatee County law enforcement is lending a helping hand with panhandlers. Now, the county is launching a new program aimed at providing more assistance to those out asking for money. Police officers, deputies, and other local leaders have received cards to give to panhandlers. The cards have the number to the United Way 211 hotline for Manatee and Sarasota counties. The card is also good for a free meal at our Daily Bread. According to the Bradenton Herald, it's an attempt to connect people to the services they need and help change their lives.
Southeastern Guide Dogs is coming to the aid of the wife of a famed Navy SEAL. Taya Kyle will be paired up with an emotional support dog from the organization today, which is, of course, based right here in Bradenton. Taya is the wife of Chris Kyle, a veteran whose autobiography, American Sniper, became a bestseller and a movie based on the book, then one of the top movies of 2014. Chris Kyle was shot and killed by another veteran at a shooting range in Texas. Now, while at Southeastern Guide Dogs today, Taya Kyle will hold a press conference to discuss her emotional journey following her husband's death and what it means to her to have the support of her dog, Norman. And of course, Southeastern Guide Dogs is a big place in our heart here at ABC7 as we are raising a puppy.
Wrigley,
for
so
them.
aptly named.
Wrigley is aptly named, and he is very tired today and may come visit us at the end of the show if I can wake him up. Well, meanwhile, Mote Marine Laboratory will hold a public forum today on the impact the community has on the science and marine ecosystems.
Yeah, scientists will speak with researchers from Japan about Seito Umi, which is a Japanese concept that focuses on how communities help influence the productivity and biodiversity for marine life. The concept offers major benefits for Sarasota Bay, including restoration of depleted scallop populations and enhancing key fisheries. The forum will begin at 6 o'clock. It's free and open to the public. Also, a proposed mini golf course on Siesta Key is causing a rift in Sarasota County, more so on Siesta Key. Now, developer Mike Driscoll wants to build his third course in an area on an empty land 1 block away from the main drag in Siesta Village. He says families need more to do than just go to the beach, especially on cloudy days. Those against the proposal say it'll make the village start to look and feel like Coney Island.
But yeah, I think probably give something with the family, something more to do with your family, more so than just a day at the beach.
The parking, the light pollution, traffic, property valuation.
Driscoll needs the county to change zoning and reduce the parking requirement before he can build the course. He is optimistic that he'll break ground by spring.
Such a balance between, attracting people and having activities versus the calm, quiet residential that we do all like.
I think it probably would work out as far as people wanting to play and going, but I think other people are worried about it's already gridlock in season with the people with pedestrians.
A lot going on in that
cars.
small stretch of land.
Yes, but that progress. If you take a drive around Manatee County, you may notice there are more people on the roadways, and in some areas there's more development projects in the works.
And that's for sure. The county has been steadily growing in recent years, and at last check, the population of Manatee County is an estimated 363,000 people. That's up from 325,000 in 2010. Now, in 20 years, this number could go up to 500,000 people. One community seeing the most growth, of course, is Lakewood Ranch. And John Osborne, a planning official with the county government, says the quality of life and the community feel at Lakewood Ranch make it a very attractive place to visit and live. And it's those qualities that developers want to continue to focus on in the coming years.
Lakewood Ranch has the benefit of having one landowner, one developer, and they develop with a very specific intent in mind. They're looking at growing a community that serves not just the young people moving to Manatee County, but the retiring baby boomers and people in their senior years.
Osborne says that moving forward, an important thing to those living in Lakewood Ranch is as the county grows, they need to pay attention to what local government is doing. They encourage residents to get involved, take advantage to have public input. He says that more people can be informed, then the more input that can be provided to help leaders make better decisions. in the county. Well, the mall at University Town Center already getting into the holiday spirit.
Yeah, mall releasing plans for an all-new holiday experience for kids and mall goers this year. Santa's Flight Academy will open at the mall next Friday. At the academy, kids will be able to partner with an elf to help get Santa's sleigh ready to deliver presents on Christmas Eve. As part of Santa's flight crew, they will be given a badge fitted with a virtual flight suit and help power up the sleigh. No, I thought there was no power. I thought it was powered by reindeers. Yeah. They'll be then getting to meet Santa in the sleigh, and parents are encouraged to register their kids online or go to the mall's mobile app if they want to participate. You know, there's going to be some high demand. People want to meet Santa, want to take a simulated flight on the sleigh, so you got to sign up quick. The academy is open until Christmas Eve, when Santa obviously has to split the scene. Got somewhere to be.
Stuff to do.
Just a few weeks till the official kickoff of the holiday season with Thanksgiving. It's amazing. Yeah.
Sounds like a souped-up sleigh, though, doesn't it?
Sounds
Needs a whole crew to get it going.
Another great reason to go to the mall.
He doesn't have to stop in Chicago this year. The Christmas came early to Chicago.
Came early, yes.
That's for sure. A few showers in the forecast for you today. Rudolph's red nose would probably be required in some locations. We'll talk about that forecast for you in a second.
All right, and still to come here on Good Morning Suncoast, the rhinestones and cowboy boots were out in full force last night, as well as country music's biggest night brought out all the stars. We'll talk about who won big coming up.
When caring for my wife alone became too much for me, I called my long-term care insurance company to get help from granny nannies. Now the most wonderful nurses help me with her care.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Game on, Suncoast. Get scores and highlights from the area's top high school matchups on Football Friday night, just after the news at 11:15. Sponsored by Gulf Coast Honda. Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Taking a look at the air temperature outside, it's mild, coming in at 71 degrees with a dew point of 65. Feels perhaps a little humid out there for some folks. I think that feel to the air is going to dry out remarkably quickly as we head into Friday into Saturday morning. We have a front coming through, which is going to really change up our weekend weather. We'll talk about that in a second. Fairly clear skies out there with that east-northeast wind coming in at about 5. I think we'll have a little bit more of a northerly component to our wind as we head into the afternoon, a little bit more than we do right now. 68 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, Parrish at 66, Bradenton at 67, Lakewood Ranch at 68, Northport at 69, Punta Gorda at 68, then 70s at Venice and Inglewood, and 71 at Longboat Key. So what will a little bit more of a northerly component do to our weather today? Well, I think what it might do is kind of limit the number of showers and patches of drizzle that we get a little bit later on in the afternoon. We had some fairly numerous showers and patches of drizzle in inland areas, a little bit lesser amounts as you got closer to the coastline, but still it was significant for November. You normally don't get a lot of rainfall in November, so it was nice to see. Now today we'll have more of a northeasterly wind flow as opposed to an easterly wind flow like we had yesterday. So a lot of the showers will have more time over land to dry out before making it into our neck of the woods. So we'll see fewer of them. Currently, everything's very dry across the region. Not seeing a whole lot of rainfall for your morning commute, that's for sure. It's the drive home when you might see a few scattered showers around. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, coming in from the mid-Atlantic, nosing down into Gulf waters across the Florida Peninsula, keeping things relatively mild and dry today, certainly increasing our temperatures. Now, as we head into Friday, we'll watch a frontal boundary back to the west, which will produce some fairly heavy rainfall in Texas today, advance in this direction. As it does that, we will start to see our wind shift more to a northerly direction, and some drier air start to filter down the spine of the state into our neck of the woods by Saturday morning even, but certainly by Saturday afternoon. Today, however, warm, dry skies for the most part, not as breezy, drier skies it should read, I suppose. We're looking at a little bit of cloud cover across the region on our RPM computer model, giving way to a few embedded showers, mostly in inland areas, but basically a much drier sky than we saw yesterday, I think. Then a line of showers will form on Friday, move through here by early in the morning on Saturday, and then everything will start to dry out, and we'll enjoy some cooler weather, probably by about anywhere from 8 to 10 degrees cooler weather, and some significantly drier weather. Humidities will fall on both Saturday and Sunday, so it should be very, very nice weekend weather. Tropics look great. Nothing here that causes us any concern whatsoever. There is a small chance of development in a cluster of clouds out in the Atlantic, but that will drift up out into the open waters and not be a bother to anyone, really. Northeast winds coming in at about 15 today. That'll bring you a moderate chop with 2-foot seas, and the official Suncoast forecast shows that delightful weekend weather. And don't forget, those clocks go back on early Sunday morning, 2 a.m. to be precise. Back to you guys.
All right, looks good. We will look forward to the weekend, and the morning commute so far looking problem-free out on Bradenton. Building volume there southbound on 301 and also northbound on 41. Typical slow spots for the morning commute. I-75 looks like it's moving just fine as we move into South County. It is all quiet this morning. Maybe too many folks staying up late for baseball. Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark roads look good, and I-75 is accident and delay free into South County. And you know, there was a lot going on last night, more than just baseball.
Yes, believe it or not, I think the Country Music Awards and ABC would have liked to see that rain delay a little earlier and a little longer, but it was big night in country music as the 50th Annual Country Music Association Awards celebrated last night.
They did. The award show featured the old school legends and the new young names, but it was a pop music superstar who stole the show. ABC's Elizabeth Herr is in Nashville with highlights.
A massive, star-studded open to the 50th Annual Country Music Awards. Including an emotional surprise to kick off country music's biggest night.
Randy Travis.
Randy Travis making his first award show appearance since suffering a massive stroke in 2013. Then hosts Carrie Underwood and Brad Paisley quickly opened their monologue, hitting on what else? The election.
The election is taking forever and ever.
And then there were the big awards.
Entertainer of the Year, Garth Brooks.
We are so damn lucky to be part of this thing called country music. We got married in a fever.
From all-time greats taking the stage to legend Dolly Parton honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
I just want to thank all my fans and everybody for allowing me to see my little girl dreams come true.
When trouble comes in town.
And then the surprise performance of the night, Beyonce with the Dixie Chicks. So many great moments, and if you missed any of them, you can catch all of the performances at abc.com. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Nashville.
And I'm sorry that I missed the show, to be honest.
Oh, I
to
am
see
too, 'cause it
Dolly
looked
honored, to
phenomenal.
see Beyonce show up, just a really great performances.
Yeah, I've been a country fan for about 40 years, believe it or not, from Connecticut. My mom went to school in Nashville. But I met the Dixie Chicks right after the Indians lost their last World Series in extra innings,
See,
Game
it's your
7
fault.
in '97. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Some bad news for any hopefuls looking to join the royal family. Prince Harry may be off the market. We'll show you which American has caught his eye. Coming up.
This week is wild with Mustang rescues.
So this is not for the weak in pocketbook,
No,
as they
it's
might
not.
say.
And the nosy Cotamundi.
Look at the nose. The nose is amazing to me. Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC7.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Bold, fresh, colorful, gorgeous. Energize your home with the HGTV Home Furniture Collection at Bacon's Furniture and Design. With hundreds of fabrics to mix and match, you'll find your perfect style. And with design and decorating ideas from the experts at HGTV and complimentary design service at Bacon's, it's easy to create the look and feel that's uniquely you. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Welcome back at 6:25. Could an American be the next member of the British royal family? Prince Harry is reportedly dating one of the stars of the show, Suits.
ABC's Mara Scavacampo has the details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, she's the brainy beauty who captured Prince Harry's heart. The divorced 35-year-old Suits actress Meghan Markle reportedly hiding out with the world's most eligible bachelor since the weekend, getting to know one another at her home in Toronto and bonding with her 2 rescue dogs. Just the latest in a whirlwind romance, the 2 reportedly crisscrossing the Atlantic for secret meetups over the last 5 months, even double dating with other members of the royal family, including Harry's cousin, Princess Eugenie. Much like the People's Prince, she uses much of her time to give back, including as World Vision's newly appointed global ambassador, working on their clean water campaign. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on Harry's new romance. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mara Schiavocampo, ABC News, New York.
Remember 2007? Smartphones? OMG. 10 years later, nothing's really changed. It's time to snap out of it. Hello, Moto. Snap on a JBL speaker, a projector, a camera that actually zooms. It's a phone you could change again and again and again. Hello, Moto. Get excited, world. Moto is here. The new Moto Z with Moto Mods. Buy one Moto Z Droid, get one free. Only on Verizon.
Fact. There's an Advil specially made for fast relief that goes to work in minutes. The only Advil with the rapid release formula for rapid relief of tough pain. Look for Advil film coated in the white box. Relief doesn't get any faster than this. Advil.
I'm lucky to get through a shift without a disaster. My bargain detergent couldn't keep up, so I switched to Tide Pods. They're super concentrated, so I get a better clean.
Tide, #1 rated. It's gotta be Tide.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Comedian John Lovett stops by, plus a Lilly Pulitzer fashion show, learning to play the alpone and open stone in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Alan Cohn. The struggle of Alzheimer's disease. Millions of Americans live with it, so how are they cared for, and what advances could be on the way?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you, weeknights at 5.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, as the election season winds down, candidates are boosting up efforts to gain more support here in Florida.
Plus, new concerns over the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 recall, why environmentalists are now getting involved.
And drama in Cleveland as the Cubs claim the World Series title, but we will take a live look from Chicago to see the celebration.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
Along with John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan. On November 3rd, so on November 2nd, 2016, the Cubs exercised the demons of 108 years, won the World Series, and more than anything, well, I was watching that game last night. It was Game 7, extra innings, come down to the wire, which is perfect. But also the players were so respectful of each other, which I'm kind of old school, where you don't talk to, you don't fraternize during the game. But everybody, they get in collisions or hard slides, pick each other up and dust each other off. Yeah, it was,
said things to each other. A good example of sportsmanship, baseball. Yes. So the NFL could take some notes from last night.
So could the presidential election.
Yes, a lot of people acting like adults for a change.
They probably respected what both of them had on the line,
Sure.
and that was probably it, right? I mean, my gosh, what a great tournament. Do you think we'll ever see another one like that in our lifetimes?
In our lifetime, I don't know. It always happened, but it was just so phenomenal. It's hard to top.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of happy fans across the country today, and lots of happy faces as we get closer to a very nice-looking weekend.
Yeah, it looks great for us, I think. Today we'll see probably a mix of sun and clouds like yesterday, maybe a few scattered showers around in the afternoon. But nothing terribly heavy. Becky in Myakka, old Myakka, got 1/8 of an inch of rain under 2 separate little patches of showers that moved through her location. Same sort of thing again today. I think maybe we'll have fewer in number. Daytime high will top out again warm in the upper 80s, and then big changes. We'll talk about that in a sec.
Thank you, John. Everybody be happy with an extra hour of sleep this weekend after this long World Series. And taking a look at the traffic, that's not keeping anybody awake right now because there's no problems, no issues or delays. In Manatee County, everything's moving along at 6:32. And then as you head into Sarasota County, that too has been free and clear of any worries this morning. So get up and go and not worry about traffic at this point.
That's right. It is 6:33, and topping our news this half hour, it's full court press now for both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in these final campaign days.
Yeah, both candidates putting a lot of their focus on Florida, and Reed Binion has this report.
A Trump rally in Florida ending with a bang Wednesday. The fireworks contrasting a somewhat more restrained than usual Donald Trump.
We've got to be nice and cool, nice and cool. Right, stay on point, Donald, stay on point.
Trump now at 47% support in the Sunshine State, according to a new CNN ORC poll, just behind Clinton's 49%. He's also trailing Clinton by 4 points in Pennsylvania, but Trump is gaining ground in other key states. He's ahead in Nevada at 49% to Clinton's 43%, and topping Clinton by 5 points in Arizona. With polls tightening, Clinton's closing argument sounds more like a warning.
What would it be like to have a president who pits people against each other? We really don't have to guess. We just have to look at everything he has said and done.
Team Clinton more than doubling its television ad spending in the final days, including nearly $5 million in additional airtime in the toss-up state of Florida, considered a must-win for Trump. Clinton also buying ads in several blue states in an effort to protect the so-called blue wall of defense. On the Republican side, the RNC is also purchasing airtime in Florida and several other states, spending $2.9 million in its first ad buy supporting Trump. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Now, with just days left until Election Day, there could be a shakeup on Florida ballots. Advocates for solar power are asking the state Supreme Court to invalidate Amendment 1. If their legal challenge is approved, all the votes cast for the amendment would be thrown out. Their challenge comes after a recording was released by a lead supporter of the amendment saying the measure was written to appear pro-solar but could end up restricting solar growth and keep it under power for some. Now, one of the Florida Supreme Court justices who dissented from having it on the ballot said it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's misleading. Solar advocates challenging the previous ruling in the case that found the language in the measure was indeed misleading. Opponents of Amendment 1 will hold a rally today in Sarasota. They'll gather downtown at the corner of Ringling and 301 at 11:30 this morning. The president of the solar contracting company Brilliant Harvest, Bill Johnson, expected to speak at the rally. Similar rallies are also being held across the state. In other news, homeowners, renters, and business owners in Manatee County can now apply for federal disaster assistance for damage caused by Hurricane Hermine. Assistance for eligible survivors can include grants for temporary housing and home repairs, and there's also assistance for other serious disaster-related needs like medical and dental expenses or funeral costs. To be eligible for federal aid under FEMA's Individual Assistance Program, storm damage and losses must have occurred as a result of Hermine. And in consumer news this morning, there are new concerns over the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 recall. Millions of phones have been returned after Samsung issued the recall due to the risk of the phones catching fire. Now, the company is being questioned for how it's disposing those phones. The environmental group Greenpeace blasting Samsung for not giving details on how it will get rid of the phones. The group says dumping the phones would create enough toxic waste to fill about 28 shipping containers. Greenpeace urging Samsung to recycle smartphones as soon as possible.
As the holidays approach, airlines are preparing for even more passengers to travel this year. The nation's leading airlines say they'll be able to handle the increase due to more people signing up for quick screening programs and pre-checks at the airport. An airline trade group says over 27 million people will fly on U.S. airlines between November 18th and 29th. Well, Black Friday is still more than 3 weeks away, but that isn't stopping people from taking advantage of the deals. Walmart has already launched its holiday gift guide that lets customers know what's on sale. Amazon has its own Black Friday deals store. If it has sales on gifts like clothes and toys and electronics, the site's going to feature new things every day, as often as every 5 minutes until December 22nd. According to the National Retail Federation survey this year, holiday gift sales are expected to top $55 billion, and the average person will spend about $935 on everything needed to deck the halls.
AT&T in trouble with the Department of Justice for an alleged deal that kept the company from carrying the only channel that broadcasts Dodgers games in Los Angeles. The Department of Justice is now suing the company. It comes after DirecTV allegedly swapped information with Cox Communications, Charter Communications, and also AT&T before it acquired DirecTV during negotiations to carry the Sportsnet LA. The complaint says the companies made the agreements to prevent competitors from offering the channel to lure customers away from AT&T and didn't want to pass inflated prices on to customers for a channel devoted only to the Dodgers. Yes, can you imagine if the Cubs were bereft of being able to see their team win, or Cubs fans?
Yeah, WGN carries those games,
Yeah,
so a lot of us can see them even out of state.
Yeah, there would have been a problem. Well, Teddy Roosevelt was president last time the Cubs won a World Series, and last night's game was unbelievable. Came down the wire, dramatic ending and extra innings, and the Cubs took it all, claiming that first World Series 8-7.
Scott McLean is in Chicago, and he joins us now live with more. Scott, it looks like it's finally quieted down out there. Tell us about it.
Yeah, just a little bit. Well, last night, this marquee here, this famous marquee, lit up with words that most Cubs fans have never seen in their lifetime, and that's World Series champions. It's been a little over 5 hours now since the end of the game, and there are still people making noise on the streets, celebrating this win, honking their horns. But it is hard to blame fans of a team that hasn't won in well over 100 years. Curse, drought, whatever you want to call it, it's over. Jubilant Cubs fans celebrate the moment they've been waiting for as Chicago emerges victorious from World Series 2016. They beat the Cleveland Indians 8-7 in 10 innings. It was a nail-biter of a game that featured a rain delay and stretched well into the night, but the fans didn't seem to mind.
51 years I've been here waiting, diehard Cub fan from the South Side. It hasn't been easy, but the Cubs are awesome, and the supporters, the fans, didn't give up on us.
I'm just like weeping openly right now. I'm covered with fears and tears, and I just can't believe that this has happened.
The Cubs took 3 in a row to close out the Indians in Game 7 of a dramatic series.
The anxiety was insane. You know, from down 3-1, it was one game at a time mentality, and once we were here today, we knew it was just a matter of one game showing up, and it happened exactly as it should have.
Some disappointed this series between the two clubs had to have a loser.
Cleveland fans were awesome. Cubs were terrific. Just a great night.
When the game ended, Chicago erupted in celebrations 108 years in the making. Even the president joined in the festivities, tweeting, "It happened. Cubs win World Series. That's change even this Southsider can believe in." And Don and Stephanie, just to make this season even more improbable, the Cubs are actually the first team since 1979 to come back from being down 3-1 and win. What's ironic here is obviously they held the longest championship drought in baseball. They actually passed that title on to the team that they beat, the Cleveland Indians. They haven't won since 1948.
Great night there in Chicago, and we have something so exciting to share with you. You are the first people to see these Tervis tumblers made right here on the Suncoast, and they say 2016 World Champions. So Tervis just getting these done during the overnight hours, literally just delivered to us. These will be going on sale all across the country, and I love the fact that Tervis right here on the Suncoast. So how exciting to be able to show these to you.
Cool stuff.
Very, very neat stuff. Very great night for baseball, and it looks like a great weekend on the way.
Yeah, it sure is. We'll talk all about the forecast coming up in a few.
The Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival on Siesta Beach, November 11th through 15th, with 24 of the world's best sand sculptors. Bring the family for new hands-on kids activities, live music, food, sand sculpting lessons, and more. See SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com for details.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The celebration is heating up, and the prices just keep getting better during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or check out this stylish new Jeep Renegade starting at just $16,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Come see the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival November 11th through 15th on Siesta Beach. Check out the Crystal Classic Party Tent, produced by Siesta Key Chamber of Commerce and Moat Marine. Details including remote parking via SCAT. Visit SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at pretty quiet conditions across the Suncoast currently. We have a 71-degree temperature and a dew point of 65. Nice clear skies for the most part. Only a few fair weather clouds and an east-northeast wind light at about 5. We'll watch that wind switching progressively to the north throughout the day today, and that may actually limit the number of storms that we get. I shouldn't even say storms. Patches of drizzle that we get a little bit later on. We'll talk about why in a second. 67 degrees, Wauchula, 68 in Arcadia, 67 Mayaca City, 66 in Parrish, Bradenton, 67 Lakewood Ranch, 70 Northport, Venice, Inglewood, 68 in Punta Gorda. Lombo Key comes in at 70. So yesterday we had generally an easterly wind flow, and that brought a lot of showery activity across the peninsula. And a few of those showers actually made it into our area, providing us with, at times, a pretty good smattering of light drizzle and patchy rainfall. So that was kind of nice to see in this dry month to get a little bit of rainfall around. Becky and Omayaka picked up 1/8 of an inch of rain under a couple of different passes of drizzle. Now, today, with a more directly northern wind flow later in the afternoon, these showers will spend more time over land before making it to us. And so consequently, more of them will rain out before making it into our neck of the woods. So I think we'll see fewer showers a little later in the day. Right now, all area roadways clear of any kind of rain showers, so it should be just a fine commute. High pressure, again, the dominant weather feature, brings us that northeasterly to easterly wind flow during the morning hours, more northerly as we head into the later afternoon and into the evening. A low pressure area and cold front bring heavy rainfall to parts of Texas and advance toward the east, bringing that front closer and closer to the state of Florida over the next 48 hours or so. It passes through here Friday night, and as it does so, brings a chance of rain showers for everyone, and then clears things out by Saturday morning. When you wake up Saturday morning, should be a very nice start to the day. Warm afternoon, dry skies, not as breezy. I say dry skies, I should say drier skies than we saw yesterday. We have on our RPM computer model some of the cloud cover coming past. You'll see some of the showers try to make it into our area, but less coverage than yesterday. And then a line of showers sinking southward is part of the cold front that'll pass through here Friday night into Saturday morning, leaving us with some pretty nice weekend conditions. Tropics look good. Near tropics all fine. Further out to sea, an area of low pressure may develop and eventually lift off to the north and to the east into the open waters of the Atlantic. If it did develop, it would pose no threat to land. And then further off the coast of Africa, a few clusters of showers, but nothing that has any potential for developing or impacting the state of Florida anyway. Northeast wind coming in, becoming more northerly this evening, coming at about 15 knots will bring you a moderate chop. And the official Suncoast forecast has a lovely weekend. Breezy, temperatures close to normal. And don't forget, clocks go back Saturday night, Sunday morning at 2 a.m. Sunday. Back to you guys.
All right, looks good. Thank you, John. Looking forward to the forecast and looking forward to a quiet morning commute. So far, so good. Palmetto, Bradenton, no problems in any of the usual hot spots. A little bit of volume there getting on I-75 at 301 in Ellington. Looking into Sarasota, all quiet. Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Roads. I-75 moving well through the construction zone there at University and Fruitville Roads. And in South County, things are moving well. It is 6:48.
Doctors have found a disturbing downside to some powerful new drugs that harness the immune system to fight cancer.
In rare cases, they may cause potentially fatal heart damage, especially when used together. Now, the drugs are called checkpoint inhibitors. They have transformed cancer treatment in recent years by helping the immune system see and attack tumors. But in less than 1% of patients, the immune system not only attacks the tumor, but also the heart. Doctors stress that this does not negate the huge benefit of these drugs. Well, a year-long fight between Hulk Hogan and the website Gawker has finally come to an end.
Gawker claimed bankruptcy. Now, a settlement has been reached in the invasion of privacy suit for $31 million, ending the year-long fight. Gawker founder Nick Denton posted on a blog saying the saga is over. He did file for personal bankruptcy because of the $140 million verdict won by the former professional wrestler in a Florida court over a sex tape. Denton says that as part of the settlement, 3 of the company's stories about Hogan and 2 others who had also filed suit are being taken offline. Val Kilmer says Michael Douglas was misinformed when he suggested Kilmer has oral cancer. This was posted in the past week, and Kilmer said he has no cancer whatsoever. Douglas had said Kilmer was dealing with throat cancer, which Douglas was diagnosed with in 2010. Kilmer said he spoke to Douglas nearly 2 years ago about recommending a specialist for a lump in his throat. The 56-year-old Kilmer said he was treated at UCLA and still has a swollen tongue, but is rehabbing steadily.
Leonardo DiCaprio's climate change documentary, Before the Flood, is drawing Oscar buzz. It's set to be honored this weekend. DiCaprio and director Fisher Stevens are set to receive the Hollywood Documentary Award at Sunday's Hollywood Film Awards in Beverly Hills. Well, this won't surprise many people. Taylor Swift is the highest paid woman in music. Forbes.com is reporting that the singer-songwriter made $170 million last year, largely from the 1989 World Tour. Second place for money went to Adele, whose $80.5 million came mostly from album sales, and Madonna's Rebel Heart Tour helped keep that Material Girl place in third at $76.5 million.
Memorabilia tracing the history of Disneyland is going on the auction block. Van Eaton Galleries in Sherman Oaks is putting up for bid more than 1,000 artifacts tracing the theme park's history. Items include one of the original cars from the Autopia ride in Tomorrowland, 2 original souvenirs from Disneyland's opening day back in '55. The auction will be held November 19th at the Sherman Oaks store and online as well. Disney is the parent company of ABC.
A lot of memorabilia and history there.
And a lot going to come out of last night as well.
Yes, absolutely. You see the Tervis tumblers on our set. Big thanks to Suncoast Company. Tervis, for getting those out overnight. Look at this. You're the first to see them. World Series champion Cubs. These cups made right here on the Suncoast, going for sale across the country. Proud to be the home of Tervis here. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
If you're tired of the election, one channel looking to help you take a break from it all will show you what coverage the Weather Channel has in store for Election Day.
I'm Alan Cohn. The struggle of Alzheimer's disease. Millions of Americans live with it, so how are they cared for, and what advances could be on the way?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. On air, online, and on your mobile device. This hurricane season, turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Roadways looking good. Building volume 301 in both directions, but no major problems. I-75 looks good through Manatee County. Things looking a little bit heavier now on and off Fruitville at I-75, but Bee Ridge and Clark still moving well. And I-75 in South County, no accidents or delays.
Yeah, it looks good weather-wise. Looking for perhaps a little bit of rain shower activity, a little bit of drizzle more light. In inland areas mostly, but a few scattered showers close to the coast. Better rain chances tomorrow as a front moves through, leaving us with a beautiful weekend.
Thank you, John. Cast your vote and then turn on the TV to relax. That's what the Weather Channel is proposing for Election Day. The 24-hour Weather Network plans to air 9 hours of soothing videos and smooth jazz next Tuesday. It's the first time the Weather Channel will provide the calming Election Day viewing option. It's an alternate to the typical election coverage on news channels. And look at Wrigley. Perfect time. You just got Wrigley.
Fan. A big thanks to our ABC7 viewers for naming our guide dog Wrigley. And it turned out to be a great choice as this is the year of the Cubs. Wrigley is very sleepy, as you can see.
Oh, my gosh.
He stayed up for the game last night, so
Yeah,
it's a little early for Wrigley today.
That is hysterical.
He's like, come
He's
on,
falling
people.
asleep in your palm.
He is. But big thanks to Southeastern Guide Dogs for giving us this opportunity. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate the viewers for coming up with the perfect name of the year.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So Tervis Tumblers already out with Cubs World Series Championship Cups, even though Chicago's many miles away. A lot of ties here to the Suncoast, so we're celebrating with everyone.
Cubs win. Cubs win.
Fly the W.
Cubs
All right, everybody have a great day. More World Series coverage and, of course, the day's news coming up on Good Morning America. Have a great day, everyone.